Happy Thursday. It's RJ with Break the Board Sports here. Click that like, hit subscribe for us. Today we're going over all of our MLB breakdown here, betting angles, best bets, trends. We also put out college football content. We'll have some more of that coming out this afternoon. So loads and loads of content coming out. Tomorrow's Friday. It's NFL Friday. You're going to have a minimum 3 shorts going over everything. You'll have some more on Saturday. And you don't want to miss this college football show we got coming out later this afternoon. Let's hop right into it. Again, click that like button, hit subscribe. Break the Board Sports is all about helping you become a better handicapper. If you would like our plays, it's every play across every sport, $1.37 a day. Again, go to breaktheboardsports.com if you would like that. First game on the MLB slate starts at 12:40 Eastern time. Pittsburgh Pirates at the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Reds are still a game out of the wild card. Let's go ahead and update those standings. Seattle Mariners clinched the West Division. So now, as far as there's only the wild card spots left, and then the Yankees, Blue Jays are tied to see who gets not only the 1 seed there, but the AL East. Yankees 5-game lead. Up on the last spot of the wild card. Red Sox a 2-game lead. Tigers hold that last wild card spot, though they're only a game back of the Guardians, and they finished that set off with them today. Astros are 1 game back. So between Red Sox, Tigers, Astros, Guardians, somewhere 2 to 3 of those are getting in. Cubs and Padres have already clinched the wild cards in the NL. The Mets hold the lead with 2 teams still left alive. The Reds and D-backs both a game back. As every team has about 3 to 4 games left here. So it's going to be a lot of fun coming down the stretch of this one. Cincinnati Reds, again, they're hosting the Pirates. Reds laying $1.64. Your comeback is plus 138 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Your over-under is set at 8. Remember, yesterday we gave out the under. That was able to come home for us. Yesterday, the Pirates got the win 4-3. That under 7.5 again cash, but the Pirates have taken the first 2 games of this series. Reds really missing an opportunity here, especially with that Met loss last night, to try to get a hold of this wild card. The Mets have did everything to try to give it away. The Reds refuse to take it. Pittsburgh has Braxton Ashcraft on the hill, 3-2 with a 2.04 ERA. He pitched 3 1/3 back in August against the Reds, giving up 3 hits and 1 run in that contest. The Reds will send Nick Lodolo, who started out the year really, really hot. Past 5 starts has not been kind to him. 2-3 with a 5.4 ERA. Now, he did face the Pirates back in May, a game the Reds won 7-1, going 6 innings, 4 hits, only 1 run allowed, and 7 strikeouts. So maybe look at a strikeout prop here. But I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Reds one last time. I hate to say must win, but with 4 games left to go, and such an easy opponent in the Pittsburgh Pirates, this is a game that the Cincinnati Reds absolutely have to have. Again, I hate putting must wins on things, but the Reds, they finished their season with a 3-game set in Milwaukee. Not an easy task if they're going to hunt down the New York Mets, especially considering that the Mets get to go to Miami and play the Marlins. So Mets have an easier schedule. This is a must win. I'll take the Reds for a double unit play minus the 164 in this one. Couple other trends. The under is cashed 10 of the last 14 games the Pirates have played in. They're 6-2 overall the last 8 games head-to-head with Cincinnati. Pirates with the advantage there. The under is cashed 7 of Pittsburgh's last 9 road games. Cincinnati, they had a 5-game winning streak going until these last 2, so they're 5-2 straight up their last 7. And the Reds 6-2. Their last 8 at home. Again, those 2 losses coming against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'll take the Reds here in a must-win situation, minus $1.64 for a double unit. Again, that's your early game going off here in just a little while. Tampa Bay Rays visit the Baltimore Orioles. Rays laying $1.26 on the road. Your comeback is 108 for the hometown Orioles. Over-under sets at 8.5. Now, that's juice minus 110 both ways. For the Tampa Bay Rays on the hill, they'll send Drew Rasmussen, 2-3 with a 3.75 ERA. He's had 1 start against Baltimore back in June, lasted 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts in that one. He'll be opposed by the southpaw Cade Povich for the Orioles, 2-3 with a 5.33 ERA. in his last 5 starts. For the Orioles, 2-4 their last 6 games. They were really hot, and that's died off. The under is cashed 16 of the last 17 home games that the Orioles have had, especially with Rasmussen on the hill. The under 8.5, I think, is in play head-to-head. The under is cashed 4 of the last 6 games. So, again, I think that under 8.5 is good value. Tampa Bay just 6-12 straight up its last 18 games, 5-10 straight up the last 15 against the American League. For me, it would lean to the under 8.5 or nothing here would be the play in that game. Next game, Minnesota Twins, Texas Rangers. Rangers, they are eliminated. Just crazy thought considering when you look at the pitching and the hitting, they just so many injury issues, so many inconsistencies. Kind of wild that they're going to miss out on the playoffs. I thought they were a team that could really vied for a World Series this year. Rangers laying $1.46, come back $1.24. Your over/under sets at 7.5. It's juice -110 both ways. In this one last night, the Rangers won 4-2. So the Twins took game 1, Rangers took game 2. This is the rubber match. Bailey Ober will get the call for the Twins, 2-3 with a 6.49 over his last 5 starts. He last faced Texas back in June and got bombed. Only lasted 4 2/3. Gave up 7 runs. Got absolutely tattooed by the Rangers. Tyler Mahle will get the call for the Rangers today. Only a 1-4 record, but the ERA is not really that bad. 3.71. He allowed 10 hits, 4 runs back in June. Even though that was a game, the Rangers beat the Twins 16-4. Mahle did not look good. Again, with the Rangers being eliminated and down the stretch, when you have these eliminated teams, you never really truly know how they're going to react. So this one's just going to be a hard pass for me. Past 2 days, I've went double unit and put a lot on the Houston Astros, and they continue to have their woes against the Sacramento A's. The Astros can just not get out of their own way here whatsoever. Today, they'll face the A's in the last game of their series. Right now, your line at FanDuel, Astros laying $1.18, even money on the A's on the comeback. Your over/under is 9.5. Yesterday's game, the A's 6-0. Again, I went through this yesterday, but now just keep adding on. The A's have now beat the Astros 7 straight games, and if you look at the last 5, they're very alarming. A's 15-3, A's 5-1, A's 7-1, A's 5-1, and then yesterday A's 6-0. They just Houston can just not hit the ball, and now you got Framber Valdez 1-4 with a 6.18 over his last 5 starts. He's absolutely imploded. JT Kinn will get the call for the A's, 4-1 with a 3.71. Again, last faced the Astros back in July, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs allowed. And now the Astros are laying wood on the road here. I mean, I would feel dumb to go the other way with the A's now and then the Astros get a win. I'm just going to stay away, but the A's get a win. But I got to tell you, I don't know any other way that you can go with the A's. You keep going against the streak, betting on Houston to get a win. I know Houston's only a game out in this, but they just have not looked good whatsoever. To me, it would be a stay away. I get your logic if you're saying, hey, Houston really needs the game, which they do. Because if you look at the schedule here, let's just look at the Astros, how they're going to end up. You got the Astros, Tigers, Red Sox. So the Tigers, Red Sox are going to have to play each other. The Indians are going to get the Rangers. So they got a nice, easy path. And the Astros go to the Angels. So the path isn't bad. If the Astros could just, I mean, you're ending with the A's and the Angels. You should be able to go 4-2 in those and get in the playoffs. But right now, again, their troubles with the Sacramento A's are just absolutely unreal. So it would be A's or pass here for me, I believe, today. Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Again, we talked about the Diamondbacks. They're only a game out here in the wild card race. Padres are 2.5 back of the Dodgers. They're going to need a lot of help. The Dodgers could really clinch this thing up today with a win and put a stranglehold, pretty much seal up the division if they get a win today. Right now at FanDuel, the Dodgers are laying $1.76 on the road, plus 148 on the comeback for the D-backs. Your over-under sets 8.5. It's juice minus 110 both ways. Yamamoto gets the call for the Dodgers. He's been their best pitcher as of late, 3-2 with a 1.32 ERA. He has 3 starts, his last one coming about 2 weeks ago against the D-backs. His last 2 starts, 7 innings in both of them, allowed 1 run in August, no runs the end of May. He's been absolutely incredible. Jalen Beeks, southpaw, gets the call for the D-backs. It was supposed to be Zach Gallen, and that got switched around. Beeks 2-3 with a 4.32 ERA. Again, I know it's a heavy dose with Yamamoto. D-backs took game 1 of this series 5-4. Dodgers took game 2 of this series last night 5-4. So evened it up here. A couple other trends to look at when you're breaking this thing down, handicapping. Dodgers 4-2 their last 6 on the road, 10-5 their last 15 versus the National League. Arizona's gotten hot as of late, 7-3 straight up their last 10, 9-4 their last 13 at home. The over has cashed for the Dodgers 11 of the last 16 games on a Thursday. Kind of an odd stat there, but just thought I'd throw that out there. For me, it would be Dodgers or nothing. I know the line is high in this one, laying at $74 on the road. When it was Gallen, I actually was kind of leaning D-backs, but I just don't know if Beeks can hang in there with that lineup of the Dodgers. Dodgers finish up with the Mariners. Mariners will still be in a race to get the number 1 overall seed in the American League. So for me, this is a big, big game for the Dodgers. Not saying it's not for the D-backs. If the D-backs were to lose and the Mets and Reds win, they'd still be 2 games back. Right now, they're only a game back in the wild card. So we'll see if they can take advantage. Tigers and the Guardians. And the Tigers, man, how they have fallen. Best team in baseball at the All-Star break, and have just maybe the biggest collapse I've ever seen in my 22 years of handicapping for a baseball team that had such a commanding lead. Right now, Guardians minus $1.66, plus 140 on the comeback for the Tigers. You're over under 7.5. It's juiced minus 122 to the over. The Guardians have taken 5 straight games against the Tigers. Tigers are on an 8-game losing streak. The over has cashed 10 of their last 15 games overall. Cleveland, not only have they taken 6 straight now against the Tigers, they've also won 8 straight at home. They're 12-1 straight up their last 13 games. They're playing unbelievable baseball. For the Tigers, they'll send Troy Milton 2-1 with a 3.18 ERA. He's made 3 starts, 2 in July, 1 in August, going 5 innings in 2, 7 in the other. His first outing wasn't so good, July 23rd. 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, but the last 2 he's pitched shutout baseball. The Tigers are going to need that and much more. Parker Messick, the southpaw, will get the call for the Guardians, 4-1 with a 2.25. Messick has pitched extremely well. It's really hard to go against the Guardians. They've been red hot. They've owned the Tigers. But I tell you what, I'm going to take the Tigers here, plus the money. I think there's been way overcorrection. Tigers have been favored all these games. Now you're getting the Tigers plus $1.40. Tigers for a double unit today. So we're going to have the Tigers double unit. We're going to have the under in the Rays game single unit and the Reds double unit. Next game on the board, just throw out the line, not going to touch on it a whole lot. Yankees sending Carlos Rodon, laying $3 at home, plus 245 on the comeback for the White Sox. Your over-under sets 8.5. Yankees have taken 12 of the last 14 against the White Sox. Davis Martin with the call for the White Sox today, 3-2 with a 4.50 ERA. He last faced the Yankees back on August 28th, a game that the Yankees beat the snot out of the White Sox 10-4, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. Rodon, again, the best pitcher on the Yankees staff, the southpaw, 3-2 with a 2.03 ERA. Maybe you look to, and the Yankees, again, are tied with the Blue Jays. So maybe a play here, as we talked about that high juice keeping me off the Dodgers, but you could go Dodgers and Yankees parlay plus $1.09. I think that's really good value. We'll go ahead and add that to the ticket today. Dodgers Yankees single unit plus $1.09. Next 2 games and last 2 games we'll end with. I'll throw out the lines for the other two, Angels and Royals, -110 both ways. You're over under 9, -$1.22 to the over. And then Rockies and Mariners. Mariners clinched the AL West last night. They'll be laying 210 +176 on the comeback for the Rockies. Your over-under sets at 8. Now, the thing about the Mariners haven't named a pitcher, but something I typically always like to do is when a team clinches a division, and I've had a lot of success with it, you always bet against them the next day. Here's the problem. The Mariners are only a game back for the #1 overall seed, and if the Mariners get home field, I think they're going to be extremely hard to beat. We've talked about their woes on the road on this show many a times if they can get that home field. So I don't really know, obviously they were out partying, drinking, celebrating because they clinched the division. But on the other hand, you are playing the Rockies. So I'll have to take a pass on that, but just something to look at. If you're going to take a flyer today, maybe take it on the Colorado Rockies. Blue Jays and Red Sox. This is a huge game for both teams. Blue Jays laying $1.38 at FanDuel, +118 on the comeback for the Red Sox. Your over-under sets 8. It's juice -118 to the under. Pitchers for today, Brian Bello will get the call for the Red Sox. 3-2 with a 4.72. Been a little shaky as of late. He faced Toronto back on June 27th. Did not fare well. 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, only 1 strikeout. Luis Varlard gets the call for the Toronto Blue Jays, 1-4 with a 5.40 ERA. He's made 2 starts in August since coming back from the DL, giving up 3 runs in both of those. I would say something to look for is maybe you look towards the over here. At some point in time, Blue Jays got to start hitting the ball. First 2 games of this series, the Red Sox have taken them 4-1 and 7-1. The Red Sox have definitely been getting the better of them lately. Boston 7-2 their last 9 on the road, but more importantly, when these 2 teams match up in Toronto, Boston is now 8-3 the last 11 games. Toronto picked the wrong time to go cold, 1-6 straight up their last 7, despite being 6-3 their last 9 at home. Again, they're going to need a really, really good performance today. This is a huge, huge game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Boston, not saying they got easy street, but they're pretty much locked in here to the playoffs. But they still need to get a win somewhere along the line. But this is way more important. I mean, the Yankees being able to get the White Sox is easy street. Yankees probably going to win today. Toronto's got to find a way to win this ball game and avoid the sweep. Biggest game on the slate to me, the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. Again, the Mets holding on to that spot. We gave out the Cubs yesterday. Cubs got across the finish line 10-3. First game of the series went to the Mets. They won that game 9-7. But a game, obviously, the Cubs really could have won today. -108 both ways. You're over under 7.5. Juice -110. Rookie phenom Nolan McLean is who the Mets will send to the hill. He's been their best pitcher. Despite a 3-2 record, we got a 1.19 ERA. Shohei Imanaga, the southpaw, get the call for the Cubs. Been a little shaky as of late. 2-3 with a 4.66 ERA. His last 5 starts, he's given up 3 runs in each and every one of them. McLean in his last 5 starts, 2 shutouts, 2 one-run games, and a 2-run game back on September 2nd. He's been absolutely lights out. Today, no doubt going to take the Mets for the play here. We're going to give them out as a double unit. Let me just refresh here. Mets double unit -108. So our plays today, Mets double unit -108. Tigers +140 double unit. A single unit on the Yankees-Dodgers parlay +104. The under 8.5 in the Orioles-Rays game for a single unit, and a double unit on the Cincinnati Reds -$1.64. That's what we're going to go with. Couple more things. Cubs 1-5 straight up their last 6. The over is cashed 5 of the last 6 games at home for the Cubs. Mets 6-3 straight up their last 9 against the Cubs. They love playing in the friendly confines. I'm going to go ahead and bank on the Mets today again. Mets, Tigers, Reds, all double units. single unit on the under 8.5 in the Rays game, single unit on Dodgers, Yankees, moneyline parlay, plus 104. Click that like, hit subscribe. All of our NFL betting notes will be loaded into the site tomorrow, Friday. Quick hitter notes each and every game. None of these paragraphs. You don't have to do a bunch of reading. It's just bullet point, one lines, betting trends, angles. Those are to help you become a better handicapper. That's our whole goal. Help you learn how to break down games, what trends to look for, use the information to make your own bets. If you would like to use our plays, $1.37 a day for all football, college and pro, MLB playoffs, NBA, NHL, soccer, the whole gamut, $1.37 a day for the calendar year. Again, I'm RJ. Click that like button for me. Hit subscribe. BreakTheBoardSports.com. God bless and happy handicapping.